Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a little late night edition of the Suzette Speaks Show. It's a little bit after 11 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes you don't get to do what you love until you get to finishing what you must do. So, after all the work is done, here we are on YouTube. I appreciate you if you're watching live. If you're fast asleep and you're watching team replay, that's totally fine. So many of you have been asking me about my opinion on the Super Bowl, and I wanted to drop some new information on, I guess, the star of the Super Bowl. I guess tonight's show will be dedicated to the one and only Queen herself. Not Queen Bee. Tonight it'll be about Queen Rihanna. Rihanna tore up the Super Bowl, but more recently, I just saw that she dropped a new photo spread from Vogue magazine, y'all. She'll be featured in the March edition of Vogue, British Vogue. We see her beautiful son, y'all. Here he is. I'm super excited to see him. I know so many of you, like myself, are Rihanna fans. Hey, what's up, Sandy B. Law? I see you, sis. Yes, a little late night show. I promised myself I would go ahead and get it done and talk to the people. So for those of you who are up on your phones, if you're watching, thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Rihanna. Bad Gallery, as she's also known. Hey, Dan the man, been too long. Glad to have you, brother. Thank you for being here. And again, Sandy B saying, yes, the Bad Gal was the real thing. Hit the like button, why don't you? Talking about Rihanna, talking about Super Bowl. Again, I have done another show about the NFL. So if you were just joining this conversation in specific, I want to welcome you. I am Suzette Speaks. I want to tell you a little bit more about myself as I do this show tonight. I have some fantastic lined up shows for you in the next few days. I want to make sure you know about that. I also have a Patreon one-on-one coming up with a fantastic content creator, artist, poet named Trish For Real. That's coming up on Saturday for my Patreon members. But this is the little one belonged to this girl, RiRi. And I'm so grateful that, she just dropped these photos. And I'm also grateful to have been able to witness such a magnificent performance. Is it probably one of the ones that will go down in history? I think so, right? Some people want to kind of beg to differ whether or not RiRi lived up to expectations. But now knowing that she was very much with child and still giving us kind of her all when it comes to vocals. Some people were asking if they thought it was a track that that she was lip syncing. I was like, no, I don't think so. She focused very heavily on her singing while she was up in the rafters, y'all. So it was really, really no way, Chemo. Chemo said he did not watch the game or the halftime show. Okay, Chemo, you are right about that, because I was very, very curious as to whether people were still up on their NFL protest. And if you recall, I did a show just recently, Chemo, about whether people were really still supportive of the NFL in spite of all the things that had happened with this gentleman. You remember Colin Kaepernick kind of, took one for more than the team, for the community, and trying to get his message across about police violence and other things, and I think the structure of the NFL, right, and who gets to be where and at the top, etc. So I did a show, y'all. Go back and please watch that. Hit the like button as you come in. I'm glad you're with me. Again, a little late night stream. This show that I did was just last Saturday, right before the game. It was called, Have We Forgotten the Message of Colin Kaepernick, and is it still relevant to this day? And are we still supporting the NFL or not? So Kaepernick was in my mind as I watched. I did watch, of course. That's why I'm able to kind of comment on what is happening and what was my reaction to some of the performances and who were kind of the outstanding, most memorable folks who participated. That included a lot of us, a lot of women of color, Black women who showed up. And I also want to give you guys a preview of some of the shows I have coming up. So come on in. Again, RiRi just dropped some photos of her new spread in Vogue. And I want to share some of those pictures with you tonight. Also, if you're watching Team Replay, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. But yeah, there's a lot going on the Suzette Speaks channel, and I want you guys to be aware. So before we get a little bit deeper into the conversation, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, will you? And go ahead and also look for these upcoming shows. I got some shows, y'all, coming up. Please do check me out. Saturday, we're talking inflation and what we can do about it. If you're like me, I ran up in the grocery store for some Whole Foods just the other day for some like real, hey, yes, hey, Veggie, how are you? Good to see you. Yes, Damon is in the building. Damon says Suzette after dark. Yes. I said, if I don't do this stream, I'm gonna be mad with myself. I'm gonna go ahead and just come through, say hello to the people, talk a little bit about what I got going on the channel, as well as what I thought about the performances. But we got inflation, talking about money matters this Saturday. Also, like I said, for my Patreon, which is a members only community for you guys to join. I look forward to, you know, one-on-one conversation or small group conversations with all the members of my Patreon, or these are the people who support my content on a monthly basis as members. So if you want more exclusive shows, thank you to my special guest who is also a new Patreon member. Trish For Real is a poet and author. She has a phenomenal story, first and foremost, but she has chosen the title for Saturday's talk, Giving Grace. We're going to go deep, y'all, giving grace to others, giving grace to yourself. If you like deep, introspective conversations that are not available here on YouTube, go ahead and join me. Join me on that small group, exclusive, members only journey over on Patreon. So shout out to all my Patreon members and those who are going to be with me this Saturday for that one-on-one chat with Trish For Real. Big up Trish For Real for coming through. So we got inflation in the day. Ooh, next week, fantastic fitness expert, Janice Gaffney. I met her through a networking group, y'all. And she's going to come through. Shout out to Janice to come talk a little bit about 10 mistakes we make in our weight loss journey. She does online coaching, has a fabulous community she's building, and she's good at the nutrition stuff. I actually need to tap in when it comes to the nutrition side of things, but she makes it easy and convenient for you to just work out from home while following what she has as a well-crafted, you know, tailored program for each and every one of her clients. We can't wait to hear from her. And last but not least, Women in STEAM. Women in STEAM coming up. Miss Tinu Akininka, I hope I'm saying it right, Benya, a lady out of Palm Beach, Florida, wrote a fabulous book with 5 other Black female engineers and want to talk a little bit about their struggles and their journey. I had a fabulous show today, y'all. I'm killing it over there, if I do say so myself, on the Roland Martin channel. Thankfully, we had a beautiful show today with Faraji Muhammad, the host of a show called The Culture. Now, if you don't know, I'm on Roland Martin every Wednesday from 3 to 5 as a guest contributor. And today we talked a lot about what's going on in terms of the passage of, what should I say, gun regulations, but not really regulations, funding of red flag regulations, things that have to do a lot more with politics in the culture, as well as some pop news, media, social media news, etc. We talked about some of the unfortunate numbers when it comes to the mass shooting deaths that we experience here quite regularly in the United States. For those who are watching around the world, we talked about a new Secret Service report that just came out talking about shootings that happened between 2016 and 2020 and the patterns we saw with people who committed those type of crimes. Excellent show. We got in deep when it comes to Black actors, what Idris Elba recently said when he talked about not wanting to be characterized as a Black actor, et cetera, et cetera. So we do it all here. I like to say I'm a woman of many interests, but I like politics, social trends, and I would say social justice stories, legal stories, and you're going to get a little fun story every now and then. Please look at my shorts. That's where you will find kind of my personality and what I find interesting. But we're talking NFL, we're talking Super Bowl, whether or not, leave your comments in the chat. You feel if you do support NFL still. Some of y'all stayed with the Kaepernick protest. Others, like myself, I did tune in. Just had to see my girl RiRi. Some of the commentary I read online was like, it's a Rihanna concert interrupted by football. Some felt that way. Others were like, boo, you know, she's not the right person for the job. And I'm talking about in the broader community. And again, some of you were like holding firm with the Kaepernick resolve that, do we really need to still support the NFL, etc. Hey, Mandrill, I see you come through. Sandy B says, I didn't watch, thank you, the game either. I watched the halftime show on YouTube. Okay, I got you, sis. Appreciate you being here, Mandrill. Thanks for tapping in. West Coast in the building, or I should say Central Time in the building because we ain't late. Let me see. Okay, Dan the Man mentioned, if any of you peeped the Super Bowl, I hoped you I loved these commercials, the Transformers. If you're into that series, there were a lot of teasers. Are you doing some voiceover work, Dan the Man? Fantastic, fantastic. What it is. We have talented people over here who watch and who are part of this community of speakers out here. But yeah, let's talk a little Rihanna, y'all. Again, she has a beautiful spread that just dropped in Vogue. Wanted to talk about, veggie. This was a very interesting conversation, whether or not we should be classifying ourselves, or Idris Elba's response to a question that he was asked by Esquire magazine, asking him, about his career. He's getting ready to reprise a role called Luther. It's an English, I guess you would call it crime-fighting drama. He's a strong, masculine figure, very popular there and here. I watch a lot of English shows actually on Netflix. I like the English comedies and I like the English dramas as well. But yeah, he was asked a question, and passing, he was like, he feels like being called a Black actor kind of puts him in a box. No one says, and I'm paraphrasing him now, but let me take Rihanna down from off of here. But no one says they're a Black architect or a Black car dealer to just say they're a car dealer or an architect. So why is it that we have to, or that he feels he should not be putting himself in that category alone? He is an actor who happens to have Black skin, but he's good, he's qualified, and he feels like he might have been limited in some of his opportunities because people are putting him in a box. John Boyega, another Black British actor, has responded, as well as a few others. A lot of people, it was a dust up, talked about, is it a lack of pride in Blackness? And then Mr. Idris Elba did respond more kind of broadly and was like, no, anyone who sees me cannot deny I am a Black man and I embrace fully my Blackness. All I'm saying is, and again, this is a paraphrase of him, he wants also to be seen beyond one singular label, and that label should not be as confining as it has been for him. Again, now he has had an extremely successful career. He's not like many others who have been pigeonholed in, Black, which I say comedy or other Black genres. But, the question that has come up as to whether he would play a James Bond, for example, a 007, for example. And, the conversation has been around whether people are ready, or the mainstream, let's just be honest, is ready for this type of character being Black, So questions have arisen from that. We had a good discussion on the culture. Check my community tab, y'all, on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, please come over to my YouTube channel, look up SuzetteSpeaks, and hit the subscribe button, y'all. We have a lot of shows coming up. Please hit the notification bells as well. Appreciate you. Yeah, Chemo says, I saw the Transformers teasers and it looks like it'll be a good one. Fantastic. Yeah, so we want to know what you thought about RiRi, what you thought about the other performances. There was a combination of performances, you guys, that many thought, brought a little bit of everybody to the table. So the main people that we saw, especially in the open of the show, 3 performers that were most notable that came together. First of all, there was the Lift Every Voice and Sing by Shirley Ralph. Hold on, let me put up my little Shirley Ralph because I think she killed it, and she was one of the most memorable, well-dressed. She said her daughter had styled her. My God, classy lady. Ageless, timeless icon, finally getting her due, Island gal, who did a fantastic rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing. When I tell y'all, the pride in my heart when I saw that performance was, she killed it. Very sweet contralto voice, and just looking as regal as the day is long. And again, quite a fitting open You also had Chris Stapleton sing the national anthem, really, really moving rendition of that. We had Babyface sing America the Beautiful. It was really good. I thought the opening combination trio was really good. Was really good. Some people again took umbrage. Why is the Black national anthem being sung? Is this too much quote wokeness? I saw that. Y'all hit the like button as you come in. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. It spoke to me. I had, tear in my eye when I listened to her and where it was being sung, right at the Super Bowl, literally hundreds of millions of people. But what did y'all think about Rihanna? RiRi in the building, came through high flying in the sky, opened up very strong right after a commercial, straight to Ree. Not even like announcer Rihanna now hits the stage. Nope, she came clean. They did a countdown. They brought her in. I thought it was fantastic, and so did many other celebs. She had a lot of support from other celebs. Let me see what the people. Dan the man, Dan, congratulations again on your voiceover work in the Transformers movie. Says, I think RiRi needs to stop coming out with babies like the Jackson. Listen, she got enough money. She, I think, is well poised in having as many kids as she possibly wants. I think it's actually a beautiful thing to witness. A woman who is in the prime of her life, her career, in music, her having taken a pause. Remember, this was her first performance live since since 2018. So she has come, back to music, if you will, kind of been on a long hiatus. Many of her fans took very, very took umbrage with this long pause. But here she was, pregnant and all, billionaire worth of beauty companies. She has done such fantastic work in terms of as a businesswoman, and also has her children, and is ready to also take that step in her life's journey. So I think it says a lot about not only the performance, but what she symbolizes as a whole in terms of her choices. And I think it's a wonderful kind of part of her to talk about. Like, pause, I'm gonna have these babies. What's up? Let's go. You're very welcome, Dan the man. RiRi got plenty of bread, says Chemo. She needs she needs to keep the herd going. I freaking love it. Hey Reese, how are you? The red dragon from Philly. Sandy B, in commenting on what I was talking today on the Roland Martin show about with regards to the comments of a Black actor, Idris Elba, saying he does not want to be called a Black actor. He's just an actor. And then having to defend his point and trying to explain his point. Same thing actually a few months ago that Nia Long had said that she's Black famous. And honestly, I can't probably disagree with her, but we went into it. Y'all go look in my community page and go watch. I may clip it so you guys can see my part and some of my feedback. But Sandy says, I think it's a catch-22. People definitely put Black before our titles unnecessarily, no matter how successful we are. Exactly. We're not just we're the first Black. We're not the first. We're not how are you doing? Everything has to kind of be put in that lens, in that box, right? Shaking my head. On the other hand, it can be seen as prideful thing representing exactly. So I don't think Idris Elba wanted to throw away or discount or have very little pride in what he was doing as a Black person. But I think he was just talking about, and I think it's more of the system and what he lives with in terms of what he can and can't do, even though he has had one of the most successful careers of a Black actor. But we don't know what he wasn't able to do because of where the label had limited him. Naomi Osaka was on Twitter supporting your girl, saying hits after hits. Rihanna Bowl really didn't disappoint. I think a lot of people felt that way. Again, I am a big Rihanna fan and supporter. There were many more tweets like that. We want to, highlight a few. But yeah, where were you when it came to her performance? And was it enough? Was it overhyped? Did you feel like it made expectations? Again, Team Replay, welcome, and hit the like button as you enjoy. We're just having a little late night Suzette Speaks After Dark talking about the Super Bowl. And of course, I want to show you the new spread in Vogue. Let's get to that so y'all can go to bed. But yes, let's get to a little bit of spread in Vogue. Before I do, let's go ahead and highlight as well. I put this on my YouTube Shorts. Justina Miles, the first Black deaf woman. Actually, I don't think she's deaf, y'all. I think she has hearing and can hear. I don't know to what extent, but the first woman to provide American Sign Language interpretation at the Super Bowl. Go look at my YouTube Shorts. She killed it. I thought a little extra black girl magic on her her interpretation of the Rihanna halftime show, right? I think she herself added so much pizzazz, added so much flavor. She had her whole body into it, right? And if you were able to see it while it was going on, yeah, it was really a good performance. Also, shout out to her who was gotten her moment in the sunshine for being an amazing interpreter and did her thing as an American Sign Language interpreter for the first time, a Black woman doing that. I think she did both the music in the front, the introductory songs at the beginning, as well as the halftime show. She killed it. Let's see. Andrew up late. I see. He said she was moving that belly. Listen, RiRi was giving me that half work. She wasn't pushing too hard though, but she was moving. And I think people underestimate. I saw, I forget what commentator today. I think it was I don't want to get him misquote him, but Gio Benitez, I think is his name, and he was a host of, I think it's called GMA3, and I saw a clip of it from today, and he said, "Oh, Rihanna." They interviewed the choreographer of the halftime show. Her name is Paris Goebel. I think she is New Zealander, Maori descent, if I'm not mistaken. Paris Goebel choreographed it, and they were saying that Rihanna made it look effortless. And I thought, Gio, I understand what you're saying, how smooth the show came off, but it took a lot to be that showing, that pregnant, that much showing, and to be singing, dancing up in the air on the rafters on a suspended platform. That was not easy. So I don't want people to kind of like mischaracterize it. I think he tried to say, and I don't want to, put words in his mouth. He can, explain for himself. But when I heard it, it kind of like made me, what? It didn't look effortless. It looked smooth. It looked well choreographed. It looked like she really had rehearsed well. But we can't underestimate the time, the pressure, right, and the execution of doing a show of that magnitude with that many dancers, that many moving parts, stages up and off the ground, etc. I think it says a lot about her professionalism, right, and her abilities, her talent, right, her hard work. All of that goes into that. So I didn't want to, harp on that. But let's look real quick at what you will see in Vogue. Let's go. Did you see it? Now they was making fun of this, Andrew and guys watch, and let me know what you think. Did Rihanna meet your expectations? But B, the Vogue picture they talking about, they got Rihanna up front. ASAP and the baby in the background. Let me take the banner off. ASAP and the baby in the background, right? They talking about Rihanna, I guess, is the more prominent figure, and it's almost like ASAP is almost her sidekick. I don't know, guys. I think it's artistic in a way. They're holding hands, but they the comment section going to try to do the most and say that he the baby mama or something like that. I was like, come on now, y'all, please let them be in love and be ready for the next step as far as their creation of a family their way. But it's beautiful. I can't wait to see it. This article is called Rihanna Reborn, again in British Vogue. Can't wait to see more. Again, the beautiful son that she already has is featured. He is, I mean, Rihanna Jean's strong. They say he look like ASAP. I'm like, how he look like ASAP? He don't look like no ASAP. He look like he don't look like no ASAP. He look like Rihanna. Like he has the full face of Rihanna, like stole her whole face to me. I don't think so. Let me see what we got here. We have oh, here's another one with her and the baby. Thought this was amazing. Beautiful, beautiful close up of the child. Again, just when you're a star at that level, people are so into you and what your family looks like and how the baby is growing. Again, we don't know this lady for personally, but she's had such an impact on music and on other people's lives, through her talent, that people really pay attention, people really care. And so seeing her allowing the cameras to finally come in and shoot her family, shoot the baby, I think is a big step for her. Let me see. Andrew says she is successful and he has her back and happily play his role. Love is love. Let's go. Yes. You think the baby look like ASAP? I don't think that look like ASAP. You think that look like ASAP? In the nah, I don't know if that. We could agree to disagree. I think it looked like RiRi. You think it looked like more like ASAP? Maybe. If it looked good, I'd squeeze my eyes up like squint. But some people have said that, Andrew. Some people have definitely said that, so I could be wrong. But he might be just a good combination of the two of them. But yeah, RiRi doing her thing, y'all. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud that she made history. I'm very proud. We talking about baby got the forehead. Leave that baby alone. That baby gonna get cuter and cuter. I know he gonna get cuter and cuter as he gets bigger. And we witnessed kind of his growth in the public eye, which is a whole nother story and how much pressure that is going forward. So y'all, I hope you guys will leave comments. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button before we go. I want to know what you thought. If you felt like Rihanna lived up to the hype. Don't forget upcoming shows. Once again, come check me out. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Inflation. We're talking about your money. Money matters, okay? On Saturday, 12 noon Eastern. Make sure you come check me out. Every Saturday, I'm on live talking about interesting topics. After my show, I'll be doing an exclusive Patreon-only community show, 3 p.m. with my special guest and a Patreon member, Trish For Real. We're going to be talking about a topic we discussed earlier today, actually. Deep topic, introspective growth topic called giving grace, right? We're going to get deep into where we need grace for ourselves, when we need grace for other people, how to develop that muscle. Can't wait to talk to her. She is a poet. She's an author, fantastic professional, and just overall just good lady, and also content creator. She also has a Patreon and a YouTube, and I can't wait to hear more about her insights as we discuss Giving Grace Saturday on my members only. If you're not a member, you won't see this stream, but for my members only. Thank y'all to everybody who support the content. Check that out. Next week, we got Janice Gaffney coming through. 10 mistakes to avoid for weight loss. She's a fantastic fitness expert coming to us live with a little demo, good tips, solid information, y'all, to help you get those extra pounds off, those pounds that we've been having our New Year's resolutions around forever. Want to get with her if you are looking for online training, things that you could do at your house. I can't wait to have her on. And thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. Andrew says your shows have been great, and I swear you can start a school. Listen, I might have to get into the course game for real, because there's so much on my heart, so much I want to talk to people about. It might not necessarily fit in the YouTube kind of format, but I'm thinking about it, guys. I don't know what I would talk about, but I have a lot of information I want to share, a lot of information on my channel already. So if you're brand new to my channel, go back and hit up some of the older shows I've been saying forever. I need to kind of put clips out so you guys can get the good stuff, the powerful snippets from shows gone by. If you don't know my story, I started out much more, self-empowerment, self-awareness, talking about how to heal oneself, move forward. So we're getting back to some of that in this new year, though, Andrew, for sure, for sure. And we'll definitely have some more of that on the Patreon side. But yeah, comment below, let me know. And oh yeah, don't forget also Women in STEAM come through. Miss Tanu Ikit, I can't even say Akinyinka Pena come through out of Palm Beach. She and I don't know if everybody will be able to come, but they just wrote a book. 5 engineers, all Black females, came together. All Black women, I should say, came together and wrote an incredible book about their struggles as Black women in STEM. Want to talk to her a little bit of, provocative discussion on Monday, 7. And all these streams I've just shown you are already up. So go ahead and hit the notification bell. Go to my page on YouTube and you can see upcoming. You can go to live or upcoming and you'll see all these shows and you can go ahead and hit the notification bell so you'll know what's going on. But yeah, y'all, I appreciate you staying up. It's almost my bedtime, so I do not want to keep you guys much longer. Hit the like button as you go, and I can't wait to see you back here. Let me see, Andrew. Last comment. He says you should edit the classes accordingly and keep it moving the way you're doing. As you listen. Good idea, as snipping so people would click on it and get those hits and views. Listen, I think about this all the time because there's so many parts of like my journey that I think others can learn from. Andrew, you might be onto something, my brother. Y'all want to come in and say hello. Hey, Black Lexicon. Yes, some late night streaming going on here tonight. SuzetteSpeaks show for y'all. Thank you, Sandy B, for watching. Everybody who I see live tonight. Team Replay, big up yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon, y'all. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.